Mr. Speaker, I was minister more than 8 years ago, and I drive around property that I lived in, that colleague ministers lived in. Today, I see almost all those properties pulled down and new buildings put up. It has become a practice for public officers when they occupy government bungalows. By the time they leave the government bungalows, they would have acquired the bungalow, either in their names or in the names of third parties. And it's not just elected public officers, it's also the senior civil servants. The senior civil servants, the technocrats. So public officers generally, lands that were acquired by Nkrumah, lands that were acquired by the colonial government for public infrastructure, we have made it a habit that as for our generation, not only will we disappoint the future by not acquiring new lands, but even what has been bequeathed to us, we will make sure that they don't survive us. So this is a very serious matter. Mr. Speaker, I think that sometimes we take certain matters lightly, but the public is watching. They know every inch of land in this country. They know which ones belong to the state. And when we steal those lands, they see and they know. So let's get serious.
Leader, when you say when they steal, I'm in
Mr.
a difficulty.
Speaker, if the
position is not proper, fine. But when you say
there is legal stealing and illegal stealing. Mr. Speaker, I heard him. He said that we should come to the probe and prove that due process was not followed. The fact that you followed due process doesn't mean that you didn't steal public lands. The fact that you went through due process doesn't mean that public land has not been stolen. There can be conspiracy to go through due process to steal public lands. It happens all the time. Where public officers connive and go through due process to steal public land. That has happened.
Leader.
So that when you go
have
to
you
court,
seen the Minister of Education is looking at you?
Mr. Speaker,
Yeah, leader,
Mr. Speaker, yes, I went to law school, but I'm saying that public officers will conspire to go through due process to steal public land. Mr. Speaker, that is what is happening, where we are stealing public lands. And this became a major campaign issue, where Ghana communities were complaining about their lands which were taken from them to establish the capital city. Now, we say we don't need those lands, and we are not returning it to the Ghana people. We are finding ways and means of going through due process to take the lands for ourselves. So it is a big issue. And the Ghana people have been marginalized, and they are living just along the coast. And the very expensive parts of the city, the rich, Roman rich, cantonments, and etc., are far, airport, residential area, are far beyond their means. And acquiring state lands has become a mechanism of corruption, because we undervalue the lands, we acquire the land, then we now sell them for their real values, and then we cream off the difference. Clear case of stealing. Mr. Speaker, go and then take the sales at the point where the property was being passed from the state to the private person, and now go to the market and check the value of the same land. Ridiculous. The margins, the difference. An acre of land that will cost millions of dollars will be sold to individuals at just a few 100,000 Ghana cedis. And immediately they will go and flip it. That is clear corruption. And this is what President John Dramani Mahama has decided that he will put an end to. And that is the basis of the directive that was given. So I'm surprised that anybody on this side will actually be discussing this matter. We would have just kept quiet. Because if we really go into the records and we really pursue the matter, if we go into the record and we pursue the matter, there will be issues. There will be issues. I'm saying there will be issues. There will be issues. Mr. Speaker, so I think that we should be commending the president for the boldness. Why? Those who were there and rushing to sell. It's not just that they are the ones who know money or know how to acquire property. He has brought a team into government. By stopping the transactions, the manner in which he did, he also sent a clear signal to his own team that this is not something I will tolerate. We're not talking about those who were selling, left and right, and then somebody said, oh, well, I'm not saying don't sell, but before you sell, pass it through me. Have you forgotten so soon that a certain president said they should seek clearance from him before selling? You haven't heard. Go and check the records. Check the records. Mr. Speaker, I think that those of us in public office must learn to at least respect the trust that the citizens have reposed in us. If we will not multiply their assets, let's not steal what they have given to us to guard. Let's not steal what they have given to us to guard. And I'm so proud of President John Dramani Mahama that within weeks of being in office, the first issue he seeks to tackle is the issue of the looting of public lands. I think that it is an opportunity for us in this house as members of parliament to follow his footsteps and to make sure that we also track the process that he himself is putting in place so that we can hold each other accountable, so that every regime that comes will steadfastly hold the previous regime accountable. I hear people talk about the political class, I hate the notion that as a political class, we should conspire to loot property, we should conspire to be corrupt, we should conspire to divest the state of its assets. Mr. Speaker, the people voted us to protect those assets, and we must be seen doing that. Let me thank the maker of the statement. I can assure him that the process President John Dramani Mahama has put in place will be a transparent and open process. If public land needs to be sold, we should declare and explain why that public land needs to be sold. And if public land needs to be sold, the sale should be transparent. It should be through auctions so that the highest bidder will bid for it, so that the state can get the best value out of the sale of those properties. It is not the case that we should never sell state property, but when we're selling, let's make sure that the state gets the best out of it.